Folks, I'm digging this. All this chaos in D.C. right now. And breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, Trump got one vote on the House floor. And this is at Axios. Representative Matt Gaetz, Republican from Florida, added a new name to the House Speaker fight on Thursday, voting for former President Trump on the 7th ballot. Now they're in their 9th or 10th round of voting. And you've got 20 Republicans who are stalling here. And they're not budging. Now their votes all over the place. Gaetz voted for Trump. And if you go to CNN, they've got a list of these 20 Republicans. So let me give you a couple names. Oh, and I was watching Yo Cavuto because Dan Crenshaw was on there. You know Dan Crenshaw from Texas, guy with the eye patch. And he was saying how these 20 Republicans are a threat to our democracy and they need to get with the program. Well, maybe it's you, Mr. Crenshaw, with all due respect, who needs to get with the program. Because we don't live in a democracy. We live in a federal or constitutional republic, which is designed to allow 20 members of Congress to stall a vote. That way, everybody's voice gets heard. But if you go to CNN, here are some of the names on the list. Of course, Gaetz, who gave his vote for Trump. Then you have Lauren Boebert. She voted for Kevin Hern, who's from Oklahoma. Now, 2 votes went to this Byron Donalds. Represents the 80th district in Florida. That's Naples, Collier, Hendry counties. And Donalds has an interesting history. He's African-American. He was born in New York, went to Florida A&M, lost a congressional race, I believe, back in 2012, but he was a member of the Tea Party, which, as we all know, later became MAGA. Then you have Anna Paulina Luna. She was one of the people who voted for Byron Donalds, as did Chip Roy. So these are some of the names on the list here at CNN who are part of these 20 Republicans who aren't budging, who aren't voting for McCarthy. And as we all know, McCarthy has waffled. In fact, he's got more waffles than Waffle House. Probably been involved in more fights, too. Now, what these 20 Republicans should do, in my humble opinion, is just stall this thing all the way to 2024. Seriously, just stall this vote to 2024, because the less government does, the better we all are. The states are supposed to have all the power, and the federal government, practically none. Their only job is to protect the border and oversee international affairs. And of course, the Senate and the House, they make up these rules for themselves. But if they keep stalling this vote, however long it takes, they might have to consider the nuclear option. Now, the nuclear option, this more has to do with the Senate, but this can happen in the House as well. It's a parliamentary procedure that allows the Senate to override a standing rule by a simple majority. This is at Wikipedia, allowing them to avoid the 2/3 supermajority, which is normally required to invoke cloture on a resolution to amend Senate rules or House rules, whatever the case may be. So it can be invoked by raising a point of order that contravenes a standing rule. The presiding officer would then overrule the point of order based on Senate rules and precedents, and this ruling would then be appealed and overturned by a simple majority vote or possibly a tie vote. So you really would have plurality voting here. Now, as it stands, McCarthy's at, I believe, 202 votes. Jeffries, the guy he's going against, the Democrat, he's at 212. But these 20 Republicans are doing more for the American people right now than the House and Senate combined. So I thought I'd come here and talk about this because American politics is a major part of American culture. And I've decided to up the ante here on the channel. So I've come up with a new motto for the channel, which is where the past clashes with the present. So if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. You can also follow me at Instagram, #JasonComposes. because I write music in my spare time. Or you can follow me at Twitter, Culture Confederacy on Twitter. This is the Culture Confederacy saying peace out. Stay safe, everybody. God bless this thing we call the United States. And I'll catch you next time.